we are now on lesson 2.5. Another one of my favorites is dividing fractions. Woo-hoo! This one gets 3 exclamation marks because I love it so much. So the very first rule in dividing fractions is number 1. You can't divide fractions. And what I mean by that, you have to follow the KFC rule. If you know Kentucky Fried Chicken. So the K stands for keep the first. Second is flip the second. And third, for the C, is change. Change the division to a multiplication sign. So now we're going to flip on over to your book. We're on page 99 in your book, and we're working with problem number 2. Okay, so following the rule, KFC, keep the first one. So I'm just going to drop it down, and I am going to keep the first fraction. The second one is flip the second. Anytime it says to flip a fraction, the vocabulary word for that is reciprocal. Okay, that just means it's flipped. So there's your vocabulary word for the day. So if I flip this, the 12 will be on top and the 2 will be on bottom. And then the C for KFC is change the division to multiplication sign. And then it's just a multiplication problem. Okay? You could just multiply straight across like we did in lesson 2.3, or you can simplify before you multiply like we learned in lesson 2.4. So I'm going to crisscross, and I see that 2 and 12 get along, so 2 divided by 2 is 1, 12 divided by 2 is 6. I'm going to rewrite this problem so it's beautiful. I could reduce this now, but I'll just reduce it at the end. Ooh, it's an improper fraction. Improper fractions, you push the top one over to the right. 2 fits into 6 how many times? 3 with nothing left over. 3 is your answer for problem number 2. Okay, it was an improper fraction because the bigger number was on top. Remember, when the bigger number is on top, you shove it over. All right, moving on to problem number 4 in your book on page 99. Going back to your lesson 2.3 lesson, if I see a whole number, automatically put a 1 underneath it. Okay, now following the KFC rules of dividing fractions. Keep the first one. Flip the second one. So the 4 was on top, and now I have to change it so that the 4 is on bottom. And remember, that word is called reciprocal. Okay, and then change the division to a multiplication sign. Can I reduce? Can I crisscross? I can reduce by 2, reduce by 2. This turns into a 1, this turns into a 2. I'm going to rewrite it so it makes it look awesome. Now I'm going to multiply straight across. 1 over 6. Remember, you should always be pausing this and trying figuring out before I figure it out. There's the answer. Number 5. I see that there was a whole number. I put a 1 at the bottom of it because that's the rule. Whole number, turn it into a fraction, just put a 1 at the bottom. Following my KFC rules, keep the first fraction. Flip the second. Change the division sign. I can't crisscross and reduce, so I'm just going to multiply straight across. And I get 1/12. Super fast lesson. I love this lesson. It's fun just to like flip things around. Now we're going to your worksheet. On your worksheet, it tells you to draw pictures. There is no need, okay? Don't draw the pictures. Only do the real math where you're working with the numbers, whatever. You're doing all of the front. Remember, don't draw the pictures, just do the math. And then on the back, it's kind of like bingo. All right, you're only having to do number 2 and number 3. So I'll explain this. On number 2, you're gonna have to do and solve this math problem at the very bottom, okay? And then you're gonna work that out in these 9 problems and see which 3 have the same answer as this bottom, okay? And they'll always be like a bingo. Either there's gonna be 3 up and down, or there's gonna be 3 diagonally, or there's gonna be 3 going across that connect. Okay, and they're gonna have the same answer as this bottom one. So just to reiterate, you have to do number 2, you have to do number 3, and everything on the front for dividing fractions. Have a wonderful day.